Good evening. You're watching Breaking Today News right here on Switch TV. I am Lincoln Wambogo. Our sign language interpreter is Michael Matthew. We have a lot in line for you tonight, but first let's take a look at the headlines. Deputy President William Ruto has the biggest security detail in history, reveals Interior CS Dr. Fred Matiang'i. Parliament approves 4 IEBC nominees worth more than 211 million shillings. Kenyan YouTube content creators will receive up to 1.1 million shillings pay every month for short 15-second videos uploaded. Glad you're watching. On our question of the day, we ask, do you think the Deputy President deserves 257 security officers? Do you think the Deputy President deserves 257 security officers? Send in your feedback through 111 444 Switch TV Kenya and Lincoln Wambogo. 30 minutes of the broadcast begins now. Members of Parliament have urged the 4 IEBC commissioners to avoid pressure from the region they hail from so as to restore public trust in Kenya's electoral system. This is after the National Assembly held a special sitting to approve IEBC nominees so as the Commission attains the quorum needed for preparation of the 2022 general elections. Mariam Jahid files the story.
After 3 years of IEBC operating with the chairman and 2 other commissioners, today the Parliament has approved the 4 names of commissioners after they were vetted by Justice and Legal Committee a week ago. Juliana Wonge Chirera, Francis Madenge Wanderi, Irene Cherop Masit and Justice Aboyo Nyang'aya are now one step away to be fully IEBC commissioners.
That all these commissioners will, as they take their oath of office, as they serve, they will bear allegiance to the Republic of Kenya and not their regional interests.
However, they have been urged by members of Parliament to restore IEBC trust by conducting free and fair elections.
We do not want to see a commission that deals with matters and in an opaque manner, in a secretive manner that would leave a lot of speculations.
The 4 IEBC commissioners to be will later be sworn in by the Chief Justice of Republic and will begin preparation for the general elections as the process is expected to start on March 7, 2022. Once the 4 officially join the 3 commissioners, the commission will be regarded as fully constituted and the issue of lack of quorum will be a thing of the past and can make major decisions without court orders regarding improper constitution of it. The positions fell vacant following the resignations of former commissioners Roslyn Akombe, Paul Kurgat, Margaret Manchanya and Connie Maina after the 2017 general elections. Mariam Jahid, Switch TV, Nairobi.
Thank you, Mariam Jahid. Members of Parliament have urged the 4 IEBC commissioners to avoid pressure from the regions they hail from so as to restore public trust in Kenya's electoral system. Let's take a look.
Just 2 weeks after the landmark Court of Appeal ruling that dimmed the hopes of the BBI proponents of amending the current 2010 constitution, a legal showdown followed today in the National Assembly, with legislators questioning the section of the constitution on the basic structure doctrine that protects some sections of the constitution from any forms of amendments.
The basic structure doctrine touches on the function of Parliament.
If the people cannot amend their constitution to fit the circumstances of the day, then we are headed to the alternative.
Majority Leader Amos Kimunya accusing the courts of not considering the public voice while making their judgments, while Garissa Town MP Aden Duale saying BBI did not follow the right procedures and frameworks.
Therefore, what they are trying to do, the judges, are what we call reprobating, approbating and reprobating.
I agree with the judiciary. I speak very clearly because they are not God.
When the Constitution protects the legislature from the executive capture and state capture, Honorable Speaker, we cannot blame the judiciary.
The Constitutional Amendment Bill 2020, popular as the BBI initiative, is among 7 published bills tabled on the floor of Parliament at different times proposing to amend the Constitution. Like final kicks of a dying horse, the basic structure doctrine question will now await the final verdict of the Supreme Court. Daniel Kariuki for Switch TV, Nairobi County.
Daniel Kariuki, thank you. William Ruto is the deputy president with the highest number of security personnel in the history of Kenya, with 257 security guards, 200 more than the previous highest, which is 57 that guarded Raila Odinga when he served as Kenya's prime minister. This is according to a report presented before the Parliamentary House Committee on Security by Interior Cabinet Secretary Dr. Fred Matiang'i, where he also issued a list of 10 Ruto properties and the number of cops manning them. Take a look.
The conversation on the security of the deputy president sparked mixed reactions among his allies after GSU officers were exchanged for officers from the administration police, some terming it as a downgrade, while the DP was noted to downplay the move that was termed by the Inspector General of Police Hilary Mutyambai as routine reassignment of duties. The heated debate led to the summoning of the Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i by the House Committee on Administration and National Security today, where he has revealed that Ruto has at least 257 police officers attached to him in various offices, making him the second in command with the highest number of security personnel in Kenya's history. The heated debate led to the summoning of the Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i by the House Committee on Administration and National Security today, where he revealed that Ruto has at least 257 police officers attached to him in various offices, making him the second in command with the highest number of security personnel in Kenya's history.
We know that there are certain times where some political practice comes with some sympathy addiction, you know, the sympathy addicts who will look for sympathy over anything. And we have watched that sympathy addiction around the country where, you know, people draw sympathy over everything, you know, so on.
The CS Interior, dismissing the preceding narrative that the DP's security detail had been withdrawn, he further explained that there are 3 layers of security guarding the DP and only the second layer had been affected by the routine reassignment.
This is not a whimsical decision. It was a culmination. It was made after several considerations have been had.
Matiang'i has further revealed that there are additional 51 security personnel availed to the deputy president's 10 other properties. Kitengela Gas has 6 officers, Weston Hotel has 4 officers, while Murumbi Farm has 6 officers. The CS also listed that ADC Laikipia Mutara Ranch has 6 officers, Dolphin Hotel in Mombasa has 6, Mata Farm has 6, and the DP's private residence in Elgonview, Eldoret has 4. Koitalel Poultry Farm, Eldoret has 4 officers, as well as his private residence in Kosachei. Kwai Island Development Limited, Wilson Airport, that has 2 hangars and 5 helicopters, has 5 officers. The change of guard in the residence of the deputy president from the General Service Unit to the Administration Police raised questions as to whether the deputy president was safe. However, sitting today before the Security Committee, Interior Security Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i has reiterated that the deputy president is safe with more than enough personnel, indicating gaps in the constitution that do not cap the number of personnel assigned per person. David Kagina, Switch TV, Nairobi.
Thank you, David Kagina. In regards to the Deputy President's security saga, we ask you a question of the day tonight. Do you think the Deputy President deserves 257 security officers? Do you think the Deputy President deserves 257 security officers? Send in your feedback through our SMS line 111 Switch TV Kenya and Lincoln Obogo. But to help us unravel this mystery, we have Dominic in studio. Dominic Obala is a security expert. Dominic, maybe you can help answer that question of the day. Do you think the Deputy President deserves 257 security guards?
The Deputy President is given security based on the Constitution of Kenya that was promulgated in 2010, which lays down the number of security and how to secure VIPs, which is the President, the Deputy President, and several other people. But in my opinion, we as Kenyans, especially Kenyan politicians, tend to over-exaggerate security. I mean, I have seen MCAs and very junior politicians demanding security, demanding guns and all that. So what I believe we have here is that it is laid down in the constitution how and how many, which way a VIP, president, deputy president, is supposed to be guarded. As regard to the number, I am not. I will not be free to discuss that because that is dictated to in the constitution.
I mean, Dominic, there is no law capping the number of security officers attached to any office. Why is 257 a first now?
I mean, that can only be answered by those who have deployed the security. It is not, I mean, it's been how many years? 9 years down the line? I mean, don't tell me somebody woke up 9 years later to know that this guy has this number of the security guards. That is for them to discuss. But I tend to believe that whoever has come up with that decision has reasons for doing that. It could be there could be a form of abuse. I don't know. I'm not there to say that because I'm not the deployer, so I won't be conversant on how they are deployed, who uses who, and all that. But as the CS has elaborated on in the interview in Parliament, he tends to believe that some of these people are being abused.
What do you read from all the security saga from the time it started, from the change of guard from GSU to AP offices at the Deputy President's residences? What do you read in all this?
I think for me, as somebody who has been in security for a long time, I mean, we have the security of government buildings, which is CIPU now. With the administration police have since renamed it into CIPU, and it's critical installations or protection unit, you know, and this is one of the best trained units that you can have. Of course, the VVIP, the GSU, the REC escort, so-called, the presidential escort, are very, very well trained. It is their job. That is their mandate. That is what they do. But for somebody to disparage the administration police, I mean, it is ridiculous. These guys are also paramilitary. They are trained the same way. They do all these things. So my belief is that we are just politicizing security, and let's stop politicizing security.
Because Dominic, what disadvantage does having 257 police officers guarding one person have to Kenyans?
I mean, according to reports, and what I know is that they recommended the UN has recommended a ratio of police to the public. Kenya has I think one policeman to 490, almost 500 people, which is a bit overwhelming for a police officer. You can imagine one police officer trying to control 500 Kenyans, and Kenyans are troublesome. I think that is too much. Now, that is just not the deputy president. They are the MCAs, like I've told you. They are the judges. There are so many government officers who also demand and are given security. Now, out of 110 police officers, if we have about approximately 600 civil servants in parastatal heads and all, and parastatal officers and all that. Now, if each and every, let's say half of them, 300 of them, demanded each 2 police officers, a driver and a bodyguard, so how many will serve Kenyans? The common Kenyans, what will the common Kenyan have? Nil. And it is for this reason that we're having incidents. So we're seeing a lot of incidents of security, because security is about presence. I mean, the patrol. That is why we insist on, they insist on policemen being in uniform, so that everybody sees the presence of police. That is a deterrent enough, yeah, not in civilian. Now, so you can imagine that with the more police officers assigned to VVIP security guarding, then we have less on patrol. So the
so
tendency,
it's a disadvantage.
It is a disadvantage, of course. It's a big disadvantage to Kenyans, because security is supposed to be for the whole Kenyan population, not specifically for politicians.
Thank you, Dominic. In our question of the day, we ask you again, do you think the Deputy President having 257 security officers is a disadvantage to Kenyans? Send in your feedback through our SMS line 111 the Switch TV Kenya, and at Lincoln Ombogo. We now take a short commercial break. Stay tuned. Welcome back and thank you for keeping it Switch TV. National Assembly Majority Leader Amos Kimunye supported the nominees considered for appointment as commissioners at the Teachers Service Commission. The 5 commissioners are Nicodemus Anyang, Christine Kahindi, Sharon Jalagat, and Senta Wafuko and Salesa Abudo.
This House approves the appointment of the following persons as members of the Teachers Service Commission. Number 1, Dr. Nicodemus Ojuma Anyang, member. 2, Ms. Christine K. Kahindi, member. 3, Ms. Sharon Jalagat Kisire, member. 4, Ms. Ansenta G. Wafuko, member. And lastly, Mr. Salesa Adano Abudo, member.
I want to really congratulate Ansenta Wafuko for being daring enough, having gone through Parliament and then faced the panels until parliamentary, and now she's on her way to becoming a commissioner for the Teachers Service Commission. And indeed, when you look through all the others, you know, you see people who have a passion for academia. You see the research they've done. You see the qualifications, you know, the journals they've written. And it just shows you that basically the future of the Teacher Service Commission is progressively getting into the right hands.
President Uhuru Kenyatta has accepted the resignation of 2 commissioners from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission (EACC) ahead of the expiry of their terms. A statement released by State House said the president had received resignation letters by commissioners Dabar Abdi Malim and Rose Macharia earlier this morning. The duo assumed office in January 2016 alongside Commissioners Paul Muneki Gashoka and Sophia Lepuchirit. The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Act provides that the chairperson and members of the commission shall be appointed for a single term of 6 years and are not eligible for reappointment. It's a reprieve for patients at the Ruai Family Hospital after the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Council reinstated the hospital's license following an order yesterday demanding for its closure. However, the facility has been deregistered as a designated facility for providing COVID-19 vaccines. Shilanga Teach with the details.
There comes a time when push becomes shove, and we are getting there.
Following this stern warning from the Health CS, the management of the Ruai Family Hospital today were grilled on the contravening of COVID-19 deployment.
Ruai Family Hospital was issued with 320 doses of COVID-19 on the 27th of August 2021. These vaccines were issued to Ruth Mutitika, KRACH nurse, who is a healthcare manager at the hospital and in charge of the COVID-19 vaccines.
The misunderstanding faulting a nurse, Ruth Matitika, who handed 114 doses of vaccines to one Caroline Kinyanjui. However, the hospital maintains the nurse was not under its instructions.
Hospitali yenyewe haikuwa na ujuzi ya hii kitendo, na hospitali yenyewe ilikuwa isha ripoti kwa polisi, ndio hatua ichukuliwe.
Patients who had been inoculated in the hospital are, however, advised to seek medical attention in the event of severe side effects to the hospital, under instruction to conduct an audit of all vaccinations.
Family Hospital B and is hereby suspended as COVID-19 vaccination center. And I repeat, suspended as COVID-19 vaccination center with immediate effect. The hospital in that line is required to 1, conduct an audit of all COVID vaccines received and given to members of the public, and give a report to the chair of the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Council within the next 14 days.
The Ruai Family Hospital will now continue providing health services following the reinstatement of its license today. The Council's disciplinary action on Ruai Family Hospital comes days after Health Cabinet Secretary warned against taking the job in undesignated facilities. The question remains to be, how safe are these patients who had been handled in these facilities?
Sheila Ngetich, Switch TV, Nairobi.
Thank you, Shelangatich. The Machakos Court has issued a warrant of arrest to Machakos County Governor Dr. Alfred Mutua for alleged trespass on private property. The governor is alleged to have used graders to destroy a parcel of land belonging to the complainant, David Getau, and refused to settle a court fine of 5 million shillings for the case file. According to his lawyer, Lawrence Nyagito, Governor Mutua declined the court orders issued to him on 30th July 2020 and defied the loss and financial fine expenses.
Prize to everyone without any fear. Today the court has issued warrant of arrest against His Excellency the Governor, Machakos County. Therefore, the court has confirmed indeed that they are performing their duties without any fear or without any intimidation.
Meanwhile, the main suspect behind the murder of 4 men in Kitengela, Kajiado County, Benson Molonye Olemungai Foti, has been arraigned in Kajiado Low Courts before Principal Magistrate Irene Kahuya. The suspect will be detained at Kitengela Police Station awaiting physiological tests and later appear for plea on 9 September 2021 in Machakos High Court. The mother of the duo and relatives have asked the DCI and the government to speed up the case for justice to prevail. The family has also expressed dissatisfaction with the way the case has been handled, demanding that more people should be arrested to help serve justice to the family. Kenyan YouTube content creators will receive up to 1.1 million shillings pay every month for short 15-video-second clips uploaded. The YouTube fund will be distributed between 2021 and 2022 as a reward for creating exciting and engaging content on the global platform, where YouTube has a new $100 million is available. The fund will be distributed to thousands of eligible operators each month as a bonus payment based on their content's performance in the previous month. This will be the first time creators and artists are paid in the platform after the new short-form videos were introduced to the country in July. The fund was only available to creators in countries including Nigeria, South Africa, India, UK and the US, among others. Kenyans were previously paid for longer videos and music. From the sports desk, the 2022 World Cup qualifying fixture between Kenya and Uganda will be played behind closed doors at Nyayo Stadium on Thursday. The two East African rivals will face off in their 77th Migingo Derby after being pulled in Group E of their qualifiers alongside Rwanda and Mali. Fans, even those who have already been vaccinated, will not be allowed to attend because of the risk posed by the COVID-19 pandemic in the country. Apollo James tells us more.
Uganda men's football team arrived in the country ahead of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 qualifying game from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, where they've been camping and played a warm-up match, losing 2-1 to the hosts. Harambee Stars, on the other hand, have not played any friendlies, but has been training in Nairobi under coach Jacob Ghost Mulee.
We know what is ahead. We respect Uganda a lot, and we know that head-to-head they have an advantage over Kenya, but that is history. Tomorrow we also have an opportunity for us to start rewriting our own history, and we will do everything possible to make sure that we get a good result tomorrow, and if we start that way, then it gives us a head start.
The team's rank was bolstered by the arrival of foreign-based players including striker Michael Olunga, Kenneth Mugona and defender Eric Ouma.
I'm so happy, you know, a lot of players, they wanted to have this kind of opportunity, but they didn't get it, so I really appreciate it, and I'm here to give my best. You know, UG, it's a good team. We are also very good, so I'm here to give my best, and the boys will also give their best, and we are going to get results.
Kenya has appeared in 6 Africa Cup of Nations tournaments, never reaching the second round. It entered first FIFA World Cup qualifiers in 1974. As of 2018, they have never qualified for the final tournament. All eyes are set on Harambee Stars now to see if they are going to bring change in the world of soccer this time round. Apollo James, Switch TV.
Thank you, Apollo James. Lionel Messi's number 10 shot at Barcelona has been officially passed down to Ansu Fati following the 6-time Ballon d'Or's winner's move to Paris Saint-Germain. The jersey was worn by Argentine